Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I'm going to be doing a reading with the Thoth Tarot Deck by Aleister Crowley and Frieda Harris. I did previously a review of this deck, and so if you're interested in watching a review of the cards just to see all of the pictures and maybe get a little bit of history on Crowley and Harris, you are welcome to watch that video, and I'll put a link above. So what we're going to do today is just kind of a general wisdom spread. My question to the universe, to the spirit, to guides, to the divine is, what kind of knowledge do we need to gain from this deck? A lot of people are very put off by Aleister Crowley's reputation. A lot of people are very interested in this deck because of the magnificent artwork of Lady Frieda Harris. Frieda Lady Harris, there's a whole story about where you put the lady in her name and where she wanted it and where technically it should have been. She preferred Lady Frieda Harris though, and so I'll go with that. All right, so let's give our little cards a little bit more shuffle. I got a big deck from my local esoteric New Age bookstore, and I thought, oh wow, a big deck, that's really cool. Big decks are hard to shuffle, especially if you have small hands like I do. Not euphemistically small hands. I don't, go picking people's pockets. I just physically have small hands. So I did shuffle these in the interim between filming the review where everything was nice and beautifully in order, and now where we want a really good shuffle because we want to know, we need some wisdom. We need a word or two or three, 5 or 6 of wisdom. All right. My cards. We'll open with 9 of Cups. Happiness. Don't worry, be happy. Find out if that stands up to the rest of the cards. Okay, we have the Empress, card 3, Major Arcana. Another 3, but this time it's the 3 of Swords, Sorrow. The Devil. And one more card, the Magus. All right, Magus, what is your message? What do you tell us today, sir? So we begin with 9 of Cups, happiness, as a point of wisdom of being grateful, of being gifted. There are many gifts that have poured into our lives. A word of wisdom would be grateful for that. Truth, loyalty, liberty. And we move into the Empress, which is growth. So like our Empress here, she's got some interesting symbology. She kind of has like a mermaid thing going on here. Yeah, okay. And then, lunar phases, moon cycles, the swan, and there's a pelican, I think. Anyway, if you look at the state flag of Louisiana, there's a pelican and it's pulling feathers out of its breast, and there's droplets of blood. The idea is that the pelican, if it can't find food for its young, it will sacrifice itself. It will feed the young its blood. That is not written in any of the Crowley literature. It may be one of the secrets of the society, or it just might have been something that Harris and Crowley knew about but didn't feel like they needed to mention. But so there's a sense of self-sacrifice in the Empress. And then we move into sorrow. And like joy and happiness, sorrow is a part of life as well. And kind of the Empress sort of showed us that here with her sense of abundance and yet the sense of sacrifice. You have abundance and you have sacrifice. Or from your point of view, abundance, sacrifice. Such is life, and moving into life, I put the Devil, which was a hot topic in my previous video on the review of this deck. But what's interesting about the Devil is its connotation to addiction. And that was something that Crowley was certainly very aware of. His first novel that he published, not the first one he wrote, but the first one he published, was Diary of a Drug Addict. And while it was technically fiction, it was very much written from his life experience. The addiction. Yeah. So we have abundance, happiness, and a little bit of self-sacrifice. We've got sorrow and addiction, struggling in vain. Struggling in vain, that's interesting. I wonder if he felt like he struggled in vain. Don't go too far down that road. Let's stick on this path, and we're going to follow up with the Magus, who is this very energetic Mercury himself. It's Mercury was a energetic messenger of the gods, and so there's a certain amount of joy, I think, even in difficult messages. Not that the Magus is incapable of empathy, but that the Magus is, overcomes his sense of sadness with the joy of being a messenger, of having those tools, of having that level of mastery in the message. There's a joy, there's a lot of energy in this card, a lot of motion, and a lot of uplift. I mean, everything's going up in this card. It's coming from the vanishing point and going out. A lot of things feel like when you're looking at a vanishing point, they go in, but not this one. This one's going out. Everything's heading up. Everything's heading out. Everything is expanding in this Mercury Magus card. So is wisdom of the ages. Happiness and abundance take sacrifice, but it's there. Sorrow and struggle is also a part of life, but there's always the choice for joy. There's a lot of choice. And I think that's one of the things that Crowley was always on about, is choice. Now, I wouldn't agree with the choices that he made, but he made them. And that's why he's influential yet still today. So, anything else from these cards? Anything else to wrap all this up? Knight of Discs. There's a element of keep on keeping on from the Knight of Discs. Just his horse is still his horse. This particular horse isn't even looking in the same direction as the Knight. The horse is looking back. The Knight is looking up. But there's a certain encouragement to look up and to keep on keeping on. Stay steady. Endure. Yes. Yeah. There's ups. There's downs. There's the choice for joy, and a sense of endure. Yep, that's our 6th card. Endurance. All right. I'll take that as wisdom. Keep on keeping on. Keep moving forward. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.